Hey, it's Maya. So there's this band. Maybe you've heard of them. One Direction? Oh my gosh, Maya. Do not tell me you're going to make a video in which you fangirl over One Direction. No, hold on. If you sit back and listen, I will get to my point. Alright, you have the floor. Thank you. So for those of you who don't know, One Direction is this generation's boy band. A group of 18 to 20-year-old British lads who make teenage girls scream with their catchy pop songs. Not unlike Backstreet or NSYNC back when we were kids. Oh my gosh! Who are your favorites from BSB and NSYNC? Hey! This is not a video about boy bands. Anyway, I didn't even know One Direction existed until a couple months ago when I heard one of their songs on the radio. As someone who likes to know what's trending in pop culture, I decided to do some research on the band. By research, I meant going on YouTube and watching videos of them. Thanks, YouTube. The first video that I came across was a performance that they did on The Today Show, back in March when they first got really popular in the States. While the set that they performed was nice to listen to, I was really paying attention to the crowd that surrounded the outdoor stage. The hundreds of teenage girls that were screaming and holding up signs certainly reminded me of those that used to scream for Backstreet and NSYNC, with one notable exception. Pretty much half the people in the video were holding up their cell phones, trying to record the performance. You wouldn't have seen that 15 years ago when NSYNC was on the stage. So then that got me thinking about how many of those cell phone videos would be uploaded to YouTube instantly, which would get several comments like, OMG, I love One Direction, within minutes of uploading, as well as at least 100 views by the end of the day. Then that got me thinking about how quickly those videos would spread once they were shared on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, which of course invites even more comments like, this is their best song ever! You'll notice that those comments have some misspellings and poor grammar. Let me be clear that I am not knocking One Direction nor its fans. I understand what it means to be passionate about something you really, really like. What? Social media has made it incredibly easy to share information, whether it's links to news articles, funny photos, or videos about boy bands. And there's always an opportunity to leave comments on these things. However, it just blows my mind at how poorly written some of these comments are. I'm not just talking misspellings. Sometimes you'll read a comment, and you can tell that the person clearly didn't think before he or she wrote it. I don't know about you guys, but seeing these types of comments makes me fear for our ability to communicate in 20 years. These social media tools are meant to facilitate communication, but it seems like they're just making it easier for people to show how lacking they are in their communication and critical thinking skills. If you consider Twitter, you have a limit of 140 characters to express a thought. So sometimes you get thoughts like this. If you consider Facebook and YouTube, there isn't a character limit, but people see this as an opportunity to say everything on their mind unfiltered. This results in fights in the comments section, as seen here and here. A significant portion of people who use these social media tools are teenagers. Now, I haven't done any statistical analyses, but in my perusing of the internet, I find that a number of these types of comments seem to come from teenagers. That worries me. With social media tools that encourage us to limit our thoughts to 140 characters, or say whatever you want with no sort of filter, what does this mean for teens today, who utilize these tools as often as one uses clothing? Part of my job involves administering math tests to middle schoolers, and one of the problems asks the student to write a sentence describing how two mathematical representations relate to each other. I've actually seen students write IDK as their response. IDK? IDK? Was it really too much effort to write out a complete sentence, like I don't know? What about teens who have to write papers for English class? Is the quality of their writing going downhill because all of their experience with text-based communication is in the form of tweets, IMs, or fights in the comments section? I don't mean to say that this is the case for all teens. There are definitely teens out there who can think and write clearly, and they have a healthy balance between internet communication and more conventional forms of communication. Perhaps I'm overthinking this. So my question for you guys this week is, are these social media tools actually hindering teens' abilities to communicate effectively? Or are these tools just making it easier for them to showcase their communication skills, which may or may not be a little lacking? Or do you disagree completely? Please, let me know your thoughts. It's been on my mind a lot lately, and I'm interested to know if other people have actually thought about this. Today's recommended YouTuber is someone who's no stranger to social media, Nariman, also known as Alex Day. Up until recently, Alex has best been known on YouTube as that British guy who read Twilight. If you haven't read of his Alex Reads Twilight series, it's exactly what it sounds like. He'd read a chapter or two of Twilight, and then he'd videotape his commentary on it, humor and sarcasm included. If you go through the other videos on his channel, you'll find that that's his style. He picks a topic and offers his commentary on it, using his natural British wit to make you laugh. Though Alex has always considered himself a musician, it's only recently that he's used the power of social media to make his songs more widely known beyond the computer screen. Last Christmas, Alex used YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook to encourage his viewers to get his song Forever Yours to #1 on the UK charts. They succeeded in getting his song to #4, above such artists as Coldplay. Alex and his viewers did it again in April, getting his cover of Lady Godiva to #15 in the charts. What I like best about Alex is that he doesn't care what his haters say about his videos or his music. He'll continue to put out videos and songs, even as people criticize him for ripping on Stephenie Meyer, promoting his music, or for wearing a unique combination of clothes. If you want to check out some of Alex's videos, you can click here to go to his channel. I'll also put a link in the description. My name is Maya, and I'm rooting for Spain for the Euro Cup. Viva la Roja!